The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the host and guest and do not reflect the opinions or policies of the station, its owners, or its advertisers. All content should be considered editorial in nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Recorded live. Cumberland County's smartest hour of talk radio. Welcome back to another edition of the Carolina Cabinet.
Well, everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to the Carolina Cabinet. I'm your host, Peter Pappas, in studio with Mrs. Laura Musler.
Hello, hello.
And Mr. Thomas Johnson,
Hey.
Running for U.S. Senate of North Carolina.
Welcome. Well, glad to be here with you.
Good to see you today. So, we are proud to be the only homegrown conservative talk radio show in the region, and we know this is the smartest hour of radio. Our job is to give a voice to the conservatives of Fayetteville, Cumberland County, and beyond. And welcome again. Are we having technical issues again?
No, we're not technical.
Okay.
If it was visual
issues, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that happens. We're just very unsettled right
Right.
now. We've been moving and shaking and doing the last week or so, so we're just not settled yet, Mr. Johnson. We're just not. Now, I did have to say something. When I saw Thomas Johnson, I thought of The Distinguished Gentleman.
Oh, gosh.
Do you remember that old movie
With Eddie Murphy?
with Eddie Murphy?
Yes. Unforgettable.
I mean,
parallel. Yes.
Richard, what was it? Was it Richard Johnson? Yeah, I think it was Richard Jefferson Johnson or something.
Yep.
The candidate died. He was incumbent for a long time, and then Eddie Murphy was a con man that had Jeff Johnson as the name.
Here we go.
His name was Jefferson. So anyway, I'm
I don't
sorry.
memorize movies.
I'm
I'm a
not
woman.
throwing shade at you, Mr. Johnson, but when I saw, I was like, man,
No,
this is gonna be fun.
The parallel is hilarious.
It is. I mean, yeah, yep. And then when he did his own voiceovers, then when he run through the Jewish part of the town, anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. That was a good time. So
Absolutely.
we're having a good day.
Yeah, we are.
We're having a good day.
Every
So,
day's a good day. I woke up.
Yeah. Well, that normally is something that people don't like that I do. So
It can't handle the good looks.
Thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome.
You ran just fine for me.
just, it had enough. It's like it's going home. Pick up its ball and go home. And we're back. So I'll redo his name. He's not just the guest. He's Thomas Johnson.
Very good.
All right, go ahead. All right, so
Tell us about
Mr.
yourself.
Johnson, tell us about yourself and what brought you to the insane inflection point in your life that you wanted to run for office. Go right ahead.
Thank you. Eddie Murphy stuck in my head, Peter. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Well, see, you came in here talking about acting and the SAG credits. And I'm like, all right, well then,
You want to go there?
Yeah, you want to go there? Okay, yeah, okay. So you know how to be in an audience. So tell us how you got here.
Absolutely. So I was raised in foster care.
Okay.
So my early life was in foster homes.
Mm-hmm.
I was frail, undernourished. I had night terrors, and I stuttered and stammered horribly,
Okay.
and was painfully shy. And that just was a reality for me because I had night terrors. I would urinate on myself, so I always smelled of boy urine,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, I didn't have many friends. And so there was just a pattern of rejection and alienation and just kind of feeling overwhelmed and not
Mm-hmm.
wanting to be around people. I mean, those are my earliest memories.
Okay.
And
But you were adopted at 5, right?
I was adopted at 5. So Thomas and Trudy Johnson
Mm-hmm.
adopted me. And I would wake up after I was adopted with Trudy, my mom. I would wake up with her hands on my head and on my chest, and she would just be praying to Jesus Christ that I would be able to speak clearly without stammering
Mm-hmm.
or stuttering. And so there was a moment when I realized that Jesus Christ is not just a theory or
Right.
going to church is not just theoretical, but he's real and he answers prayers.
And you lived it.
Absolutely. So I know Jesus Christ is real and he is our Lord and Savior.
Mm-hmm.
And because of being a disciple of Jesus, I also remember saying the words of the preamble to the Constitution, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, to establish justice, to ensure domestic tranquility. Like I would say we the people, I would say those words and it would give me comfort because it meant that I had a family and identity. And so flash forward to this moment, there seems to be so much animus in American politics and American polity. There is so much division.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like, to someone who almost feels like in the United States is like mother and father, it feels like mommy and daddy are considering a divorce.
Right.
And it is disturbing me. And so my first step was to write this book. I wrote a book called Common Cause.
All right.
Which is here on the desk in front of me. And the next step was, my wife and I just felt like this was our step.
So you wrote a book, Common Cause, Bold Vision for Modern Citizenship.
Yes. And the organizing thesis, and I love that Richard Dancy's here because he and I both are Thomas Sowell fans.
Okay,
We love the economist, Thomas Sowell.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's a little bit of a nerd moment. Anyway.
It's like we seek each other out, you know. Okay, yeah. Numbers, people, nerds, whatever they are. Yeah.
But the organizing idea is that we, the people, the Constitution, the constitutional order is the values that we are to live as Americans. If we look at established justice, if we look at ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, provide for the common welfare, is that what our government is doing right now? Big question. I think the answer is no. And that is why I am running for the United States Senate, to get, as a constitutional Republican, who's been a Republican since he was 18. Let me answer that question for you now. Okay. So 34 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want the people of North Carolina's voice and values as reflected in the Constitution to be actually lived out
Right.
in how we are governed.
Okay.
That's why I'm running for the United States Senate.
Well, you've certainly got the street cred to be where you're at. I saw some military experience
Yes.
on your website. I did a little bit of web perusing.
Absolutely.
And so tell me about your military career.
When I was 17, flash forward from stammering, stuttering, and being heavily, very, very shy, because of prayer and constant mentoring, I actually became, I earned the privilege of being a valedictorian of my high school.
Okay.
And as a valedictorian, I actually attracted attention of both Harvard and Vanderbilt. They sent me recruiting letters.
Okay.
And my mom read the letters, and she's like, Harvard, Vanderbilt, liberals. Nope.
Wow.
She said, you can go to Oral Roberts University and be a preacher, or you can go to a service academy and be a soldier. Those are your options. I was like, wait, Mom, I can't go to Harvard? It's like, no, they're liberals.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, Mom, well, I'm going to go to the service academy farthest away from you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So even though I got into the Naval Academy, it's way too close to where we lived. I wanted to go to Colorado Springs, Colorado, where the Air Force Academy is.
All right.
That gives me 1,500 miles away from Mom.
So is your mom still with us?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Hopefully she won't see that part.
She knows it's
she's been
she knows it's
informed.
true.
Okay.
Oh, it's true.
All
Like,
right. I don't want to be.
If she was standing right here, she would have her hands on her hips and be like, "Yep,
Yep.
that's exactly what I did."
I don't want that kind of revelation on this show, and it ends up getting the candidate killed by his mother. So, that's what I was wondering. So, all right. So, Air Force career, Academy graduate. How long were you in service?
I started in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated in 1995. I was at Falcon Air Force Base, which is now called Schriever Air Force Base in Colorado.
Okay.
It's Air Force. It's what's called Aerospace and Missiles Command. We fly satellites that help the communications for the military.
Mm-hmm.
I was there and was approached by two gentlemen who flashed their government IDs and said, "We want you to come with us. We want to send you to graduate school, and then after we send you to graduate school, you'll come work for us." I said, "Okay." I see that it says U.S. government on your ID. You're in a SCIF, which is a special compartmentalized facility on the military base. Obviously, you have credentials.
Mm-hmm.
What agency are you with? You're like, we can't answer that question.
Yeah. Alphabet soup.
Flash forward, I was recruited by the CIA.
Okay.
All right. And I studied space commercialization for my master's degree,
Mm-hmm.
and I built spy satellites for the CIA
Okay.
at undisclosed locations. So
Cool.
that's what I did.
He was a real life Tony Stark over here. Okay. All right.
And so I served for 6 years, over 6 years, from 1995 until 2001. I was at the Pentagon on 9/11. I was supposed
That's
to be.
what I was going to ask.
Oh boy.
Tell me what it was like to be there, mere seconds and mere feet from what happened.
So thank you for asking that, Laura. It was Tuesday morning. I was supposed to wake up early that morning to get to the Pentagon.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I did not wake up on time was because my alarm clock broke that morning. So I woke up late. I jumped in my car. I had civilian clothes on because I was going to the Pentagon to out process.
Mm-hmm.
It was my time to leave the military. I was just the Air Force. I was just going to turn in my base pass, my library pass, all the passes and access points that you would get. You're supposed to turn them into 5E172, which is the Air Force processing Air Force personnel flight. Mm-hmm. Because I got there at 9:37, I had my hand on the north parking lot door and I heard 3 explosions and I felt the ground shake. I didn't know. I've never been in a bomb, so I didn't know what I was experiencing. Mm-hmm. It just felt like, well, maybe because it was construction cranes off to the left. I was like, maybe a construction crane dropped, and that's what I heard. I didn't freak out. Beat. A woman over my left shoulder was screaming, "Oh my God, no!" Mm-hmm. Because I was so close to the Pentagon, I actually had to go away from the Pentagon and run toward her to see what she could see from her vantage point. And I stood next to her and I saw a mushroom cloud forming over the E-ring where I was supposed to be. Mm. Then I freaked out.
Are you religious by any chance? Because, yeah. Okay.
I believe Jesus Christ saved my life.
Absolutely.
And I'm here because he wants me here. But so I'm here by the grace of God.
Okay.
Jumped in my car, drove home, was on my living room sofa for hours in shock. And I had people call me and just talk me down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I know post-traumatic stress disorder is real because I went with it undiagnosed for a while.
Okay.
So that's what it was like to be at the Pentagon on 9/11.
So were you not aware of the towers being hit prior to that?
There was someone in the parking lot talking about it, but we were at the Pentagon. I thought to myself, if there's anything popping off over American skies, we need to be in the Pentagon and figure out what's going on, and stop it. I never put 2 and 2 together, Laura. I never did. I was at ground zero at the Pentagon. I didn't have that foresight.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody was just going about their day, and unless you turned on a TV, you didn't know. And then I remember waking up and.
Oh, I was already awake. Some of us wake up early.
Some of us, yeah. But I remember, I remember it was after both towers had been hit, and then the Pentagon got hit. Then my dad and I went to work, and it was like a pin drop in the restaurant. Everybody was fixated. And you couldn't.
Yeah, when the first one got hit, I was like, what kind of idiot flies a plane into the building? Yeah. I mean, come on. Well, you don't see it coming?
We thought it was an accident.
Right.
Because still the possibility was it's happened before. In the Empire State Building, a plane had flown into it. So we're like, okay, and then.
Okay, so Thomas Johnson, did you see any plane parts in the Pentagon parking lot?
I know why you're asking the question.
I'm just curious because I've seen lots of plane crashes and I've seen engines and jets. Did you see any plane parts? Big old fuselage or something? Anything? Just yes or no?
No.
Okay, thank you. How do you view President Trump's endorsement of one of your opponents? And what do you believe distinguishes you and your leadership from his?
So I actually sent President Trump a letter directly, both he and Dr. Navarro, U.S. Trade Representative. I sent that about a week ago. And I told Mr. Trump, I appreciate what he is doing with tariffs across the nation and what it means for America first. I also believe that North Carolina farmers, specifically our agricultural sector, pork, poultry, produce needs relief. And so I asked Mr. Trump and Dr. Navarro to consider an exemption for North Carolina agriculture, because from a supply side economic perspective, we can get our farmers relief, who can then pass along that savings to our grocery stores, Food Lion, Walmart, etc. So I applaud Mr. Trump and what he's doing with tariffs. I applaud the members of the Republican Party who have been able to further the agenda of America First. We need to reorient what we, the people, see from our government. I'm a constitutional Republican, and that is what I believe. Now, you asked me how I distinguish myself. Before I filed for this race, I was in Frankfurt, Germany at Goethe Graduate School of Business. I lecture every year on cultural transformation for corporations around the world.
Okay.
I grow businesses for a living.
Okay.
I own a strategy consulting company.
And he serves the Fortune 500 companies.
FedEx, MetLife, T-Mobile are my clients.
Okay.
I hit big every day. I add value to our economy and add value to the economy of global brands. None of my opponents can say what I just said.
Right. Okay. Well, let me ask you this, because I heard our Agriculture Secretary, Mr. Troxler from North Carolina, I heard him on another program, and he was talking. There's a couple things that came up when you were saying about exempting the North Carolina farmers. Mr. Troxler pointed out that we are losing agricultural land.
Yes.
A fair amount of it. I think it was like 900,000 acres a year. It was something like big, almost
Yes.
1 million acres. We're losing it to development, like housing and stuff like that. And we need housing. So I don't know what to do there.
Build up, not out.
True. But then he was also discussing international acquisition of our agriculture. And I'm wondering, if we were to get an exemption on the federal level for North Carolina farmers, are we going to be looking further to say, is this a Chinese company we're helping? Or is this Farmer Gillis in West Fayetteville with the pumpkin patch? So I'm wondering how that all works together.
Absolutely. Yeah. There has to be a country of origin, and the chain of ownership will be a part of the exemption process, so that we are exempting North Carolinian agriculture, so that we are then impacting Food Lion.
So there's got to be some kind of a litmus test of America First.
Precisely.
We have to. Okay. All right. Well, if you've never heard Secretary Troxler, he's a riot. So if you ever see a program with him on it, listen to it. He's a funny guy. It's a good show.
Excellent.
So let's see. So we know how you got here. We kind of know what you want to fight for.
So being part of the foster care system and I know that you do some child welfare stuff. There's something that's always concerned me that has to be changed at, I believe, the national level. I was told the state level, but they're all denying that it has to be changed. So I would like to know exactly where I need to go. If a parent loses temporary custody or whatever, who happens to be on welfare, and they lose custody of their child, and their child goes into the foster care system or the child services or however it is that they do that, the food stamps and the services stay with the parent. How can we change it so the food stamps and the services follow the child? Where do we need to start to get that changed? Because sometimes families can't get the kids because they can't afford more or whatever. How do we get the money to follow the child? Or the services, not necessarily money, but food stamps, services, medical, whatever.
Yeah. So child welfare services, I'm going to answer that question from just lived experience, Laura, if you don't mind.
No, yeah.
And so let me state why I know what I know. Agile Immersive, my company, is the official strategic consultant to a private child welfare services agency here in North Carolina. It's stated on my website how we actively know through that agency that the counties of North Carolina, of the 100 counties of North Carolina, the counties administer the different status of children in child welfare services. What do I mean by that? That means that some children are in what's called foster care. Some children are wards of the county. Some children are in called a preventive care status, which means they actually are with their biological parents, but have been placed temporarily for their own safety and for the safety of the parents in preventive care. There's other statuses as well. So child welfare services has nuance to it that is administered at the county level that the state oversees. Governor Stein has made it a point to state he wants to take a more active role statewide across 100 counties, so that there's a statewide North Carolina Child Welfare Service Administration, not just the 100 counties of North Carolina. I hope I answered your question.
So basically, the way I'm hearing it is we have 100 different DSSs in North Carolina and 100 different flavors.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that sounds not complicated at all.
Right.
I'm sure everything's running just great.
Everybody keeps handing off the
pass the buck.
pass the buck.
Yeah. In the
I want the
meantime,
money
the
to
kid-
follow the child.
yeah.
I don't care if they're temporarily, permanently, or whatever. The money needs to follow the child. The child is the one that needs the food.
Yes.
Because I happen to know a mother who had more children than I can count, and she was getting $900 a month and didn't have custody of any of her children in food stamps, and she sold her food stamps on them.
She had some nice nails, though.
Yeah, it's abuse. Yeah, obviously abuse of the system. That's fraud. That needs to be stopped.
Right.
And Laura, I love the notion. I don't have the wisdom.
Okay, I didn't
required.
know if you just because I know that your company does with some child welfare stuff, and I know that you being in the foster, if you had any kind of inside knowledge, because I ask everybody.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's something we would have to investigate and deeply study to get there. I don't have that wisdom off the seat of my pants, though.
So we've discussed your campaign kind of platform, whatever. How are you going to work with the senators that are there? Like, how do you see yourself being a trailblazing hellraiser, or you going to try to consensus build a little bit?
We get bills passed. So a United States senator is a legislator first. That is someone who passes laws that administer both the welfare and the defense of the nation. So I've already spent time reaching out to the legislative directors of Senators Grassley, Hawley, Lee, Lankford. There's one other guy. Schmidt.
For the uneducated, what states are we talking?
Okay.
just because yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So from Utah to Wyoming, etc. I've reached out to those specific senators because day one, United States Senator Thomas Johnson's priority is religious liberty.
Okay.
And so I've reached out to those senators specifically because they've already helped author and pass the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, the RFRA.
Okay.
And I want to amend the RFRA so that what happened during COVID will never happen again in the state of North Carolina.
You mean locking me out of my church?
Yes. Closing churches, closing houses of worship should never happen in the United States of America. I want to create a crisis-proof amendment to the RFRA that Senators Lee, Hawley, and Grassley would co-sponsor with me so that on day one, we're getting legislation passed to protect the religious liberty of Americans. Americans of all partisan stripes, Americans of all faiths. We should all be able to worship our God in crisis. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that was kind of a fundamental boo-boo, I guess, that we allowed. We allowed this stuff. See, we
didn't. Some of us went to church anyway.
Come on, Laura.
No,
I did. I never wore a mask. I refuse. Absolutely 100% refuse. I don't have a single shot from the COVID.
Come on now.
Some of us did not allow it.
Some of us working in the restaurant, and people would show their absolute
power
rear
to the
end.
people.
Yeah. I walked in one day. I swear to God, the first customer of the day, I walked in and somebody was making her food, and I walked by and she says, "You ain't got a mask." I'm like, yeah, I just walked in. She saw me. Well, you passed by my food and you breathed. Yeah, lady, I'm gonna breathe. I ended up giving her money back and let her go someplace else. But
Well,
yeah, it got a little crazy.
I only wore a mask while I was alone in my car driving down the road.
Hopefully under your nose.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like
I actually was in New York City, and they and I may or may not have flown and what do you say, authored my own COVID card so that I could fly. And I was walking around without a mask, and some woman stood there, and I was like, what is that show that in that the Body Snatchers at the end of the show where they're like, ah, and some woman stood in the middle of Macy's and says, "She doesn't have a mask on," and started screaming and scared the heck out of me. But yeah, I was like, yeah,
I
I'm
think
not going to
we're
wear
living
one.
more in the times of that movie, They Live, with Roddy Piper. Remember him?
No.
When he had the sunglasses and he could see the aliens.
Yes.
That's what we're dealing with now.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're a
that's
film buff.
That's really, I mean, yeah. That
My God.
Idiocracy, you know. So I feel like we're living Idiocracy now.
Yes.
Some of it. Welcome to Costco. I love you. You know. So yeah, and she pointed out that men remember
movies and lines from movies. My husband does the exact same thing. He'll be like saying something. I'll be like, "What movie is that from?" Because that does not sound like you at all.
I had to school her on Bronx Tale.
Yes.
When the kid was in the confessional saying his guy's bigger up there, but down here my guy's bigger than your guy.
Yeah, I've seen it. I have no idea what he's talking about, but yeah.
I'm gonna bring some. We got to bring some clips. George Carlin and Bronx Tale, and we'll do like a top 100 according to Peter great American films.
Okay.
Yeah.
You brought up George Carlin. If you allow me, I'm a George Carlin fan as well.
Me too.
He said one thing that stuck with me forever. He said, in our modern era, we are more connected.
Mm-hmm.
We have more opportunities to be together.
Mm-hmm.
We have faster ways to get where we want to go. Why do we feel so lonely?
Yeah.
And disconnected?
And again, he's been gone for how many years?
Exactly.
The man was, now some of his stuff, I'm like, he's super liberal. Oh God, I can't believe, I liked him maybe because he cussed. My mom had his record when she was a kid called the Shoot album, because it was the 7 things you can't say on radio.
Yep.
And my mom had that record. So my mom was cool at a certain point. But anyway, he was liberal, but he did say some very profound things. Anyway,
you can say most of them now.
Yeah.
SHITPISS.
So I've been watching.
See you next Tuesday. You cannot.
Yeah, but we just know what those look like. So, yeah, most of them are. We have a plethora of them around.
I don't curse, so I can't say any of them.
Yeah,
so.
you don't. I pick up that baton and run with it like it's my job.
That's right.
Damn it, I forgot what I was. Oh, so sorry, another movie type thing, but had you ever seen the show Southland? It was a cop show on NBC, I believe. It was the guy
Rambo.
It was the guy out of Band of Brothers. That's probably not who you were referencing. You're probably referencing the hot young dudes.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm talking about the real actors.
Okay.
Anyway, but they cussed quite a bit on that show, and I'm like, was this really on network TV? I mean, there's the F-bombs and all kinds of stuff. So
it was after 10 o'clock. You can say that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On some channels.
Must be just on broadcast network TV.
No, it's cable channels. They're different.
NBC's over the air. Apparently, it aired on NBC. Anyway, whatever.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Anyway, who cares?
Anyway, I didn't ask Mr. Danzy over here, and I'll ask you: favorite television shows or something that you're binging right now? What's just something human? I don't know.
Totally, man. First of all, I decompress with television.
Okay.
So I'm obsessing over Netflix's The Diplomat.
Okay.
With Kerry Russell.
Okay. That's got the lady from the West Wing in it too, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember her name, but
yeah, where the president of the United States drops dead on a video conference, and the vice president becomes a president. The diplomat becomes the second lady, I guess. So yeah, it's a political hubbub and kind of behind the scenes of power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I usually joke that some people here in local politics try to play House of Cards.
Is that the one where she's married and the husband tries to like maybe that's not
Yes,
the
the husband tries to promote her to vice president.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I watched that too.
Love it.
Yep.
I got to check.
I just don't remember it. I just turn it on and I go to sleep actually, and I like wake up and catch pieces. I don't really watch TV unless it's news, and I hear.
I can't with the news.
Oh my God! I could not stop watching Davos today.
Talk to me about Davos. You were pretty fired up this
I actually was sitting outside in my car saying, please talk faster because I have a nail appointment and I don't want to stop listening to President Trump talk. So I had to put it on my phone and go inside. To be clear, I was not a President Trump fan. I don't like the way he speaks about women and other things. However, everything that he does, in my opinion, is fan-freaking-tastic. I have yet to find anything that when he first started blowing up boats, I was like, I don't know if I agree with that. But they have more intel than I have. Everything that he's doing. Greenland. How do you feel about Greenland? Do we need Greenland? I think we do.
Well, we have military bases on Greenland now.
Mm-hmm.
The simple fact is both Chinese and Russian submarines and intelligence reconnaissance around Greenland has increased.
Mm-hmm.
We know that
and seven countries or something like that sent like combat people over there when he started talking about taking over.
Exactly. So there's a both a strategic importance to Greenland, and there is we need Greenland to be on side with United States military and intelligence assets. Full stop.
Okay.
I believe in also balancing our geopolitical strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a strategist for a living. So I believe in making the chess moves with some wisdom. I believe that we can do it by keeping our geopolitical partners and allies on side,
right,
and not breaking.
Well, people are forgetting that we can pay for territory. That's it. And I've been trolling the hell out of the Greenland Facebook page. They're all doing all this. Oh, we'll light a candle for it. I'm like, hey, you'll feel better once we get in there before Russia and China.
Their lives will not change at all on a daily basis.
Look,
if we own Greenland, let's start there. We need it for the Golden Dome, and realistically, we fought and kept that land and then gave it back to Denmark. So realistically, it's our land to decide what to do. We gave it. It's like the Indian givers. And
I don't want to come off looking like Saddam Hussein, just saying, well, let's go snatch it, or like Putin trying to take the Ukraine. But I don't think it's the same. It's not apples to apples what's going on there. And we do forget our history that we did buy territory. We did take over territory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we were to take over Greenland,
how do their lives
would it
change?
be like a Puerto Rico? I mean, would it just be another territory?
It's just a territory that we oversee that you don't mess with.
Taxation and representation. We love that.
So I do believe in the rule of law.
Okay.
There is some international law that applies
you can't
here.
Enforce international law, so it's got no teeth. The only people. Let the UN send their army.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Army is that?
That's our army.
That's us.
So what are we going to do? Yeah.
I want to preserve NATO.
Okay.
Full stop. Let me put it this way. We need to preserve NATO.
Who's going to pay for it?
Let all the contributing nations of NATO.
Okay. Because they've been raping us for the last 75 years.
Let everyone pull their weight, and let's preserve the alliance so that we can counter Russia. Okay. Let's play nice enough with Greenland so we can get what we need and move forward together.
As a territory,
Agreed.
I agree. I was also excited about how what was the secretary's name? I watched him Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. Oh my gosh, he did a speech and he was talking about how globalism has killed our country, and I agree. They prioritize cheap labor over. I'm going to read because I don't remember everything. He's way smarter than me. Prioritize cheap labor over American labor, which killed all of our industry. We rewarded offshoring and financial engineering, and we ignored national resilience and worker dignity. Globalism is the worst thing for any nation. We need to take care of ourselves first. Yes, we need to have friendships or whatever, but who takes care of your household better than you? You certainly don't let the neighbors run your household. Why would we do that? We need our neighbors.
So
we need our friends.
Let's talk about how we gave everything away.
We sure did.
Yeah.
Manufacturing jobs, we gave away over 5 million jobs.
Over what time period? Last 50 years, 30 years?
Since the late 1990s.
Okay, so NAFTA is what we're
Exactly.
Right.
I think they're
Mhm.
mostly targeted. So, but remember, we don't want to return to the pre-isolationist days before World War One.
Agreed.
I mean, I think a lot of that stuff came about and was given away
Mm-hmm.
wholesale because we don't want to be like, we can't be in this kind of world. We're all more connected. Like, I mean, look at COVID. It was the China virus and people lost their minds about that. But it wasn't until the dude flew from China and went to Chapel Hill for some unknown reason that now everybody in North Carolina gets COVID. Thanks a lot. Keep your egg rolls. Well, whatever. But
We don't want to be isolationists, but we also need to take care of our
right, absolutely. And see, that's where we've allowed saying America first to be construed as some dirty word.
own.
Take care of your own house, and then you can help other people.
That's exactly right.
Precisely.
But
If I'm not feeding my own children, how can I feed other people's
you
children?
racist on stolen land.
I can't be racist. I'm
I
brown.
love-
Oh,
We
wait a
must-
minute.
no,
I
you're not-
present
you're
as
not-
white.
you're
I'm
not
not
brown
brown
presenting
enough.
enough.
That's
We must
exactly right.
reshore American manufacturing.
Yes.
We must reshore American manufacturing. That's the brilliance of the Trump tariffs.
Mhm.
It's forcing us to think that way.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, if you think about it, we're getting our medical supplies. Medical supplies. What if China decides, ha 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 ha, let me mess with America?
you know what? That doesn't really bother me because even during COVID, again, dark times that we should never repeat, but American resilience is going to beat China's ass.
They will.
Because
But
in
sometimes
COVID,
things happen before we even know them.
You remember when they were scaring the hell out of us about needing to be intubated and we needed the what was it?
The ventilators?
The ventilators, yeah.
Mhm.
Some dude in his garage in Utah or wherever the hell figured out a way to make them. And we'll do it again. I don't need China. I mean, the thing that bothers me with China is we gave it away.
Mhm.
We allow them to be like the world's #1 polluter. And then we go to these conferences in our private jets and say, "Oh, the America needs to do more."
That's one thing that was
for
not
whatever.
mentioned
It's
one
like
time at Davos.
climate change.
Climate change,
Yeah.
because that's over now.
Well, because Greta Thunberg is probably in jail, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would be
I think the
nice,
Israelis
whatever.
took her hostage, hopefully.
Anyway, but yeah, it's fun. 2 years ago, everybody was all about
Yeah,
climate.
yeah.
Well, no, actually, they were. Well, what was it? Cooling, then warming, then we just had to do
Yeah.
climate change, and
Well,
now
these
it's,
idiots are like, "Oh man, it's really hot this summer. It's global warming." No, genius.
it's summer.
Look, we're human. We could be better stewards of our planet and our environment. Absolutely. We don't need to dump PFAS in the water wholesale and then have it ingested. However, don't overestimate yourself and have the hubris to think that humans are big enough to screw our planet. God's not going to let us. He'll readjust. That's
Right.
all there is to it. So, all right, let me step back from my little soapbox.
Okay, let's pretend that we wanted to donate to your campaign and we wanted to contact you. How do we get there?
Well, what's great is that you don't have to pretend.
Okay.
If you pick up
I
your
was getting ready to say, I just want you to pretend, Laura.
Okay. I want to donate. How do I donate to your campaign, Thomas Johnson?
well, pick up your cell phone
Okay.
and text my last name, Johnson,
Mhm.
JOHNSON, to 53555. That's Johnson to 53555. And a link will come to your phone, and you can just click the link and donate as much as you want. Donate early and donate often.
Okay.
Please. What is this?
Because your
Chicago
campaign
voting?
could no. You say your campaign has all the
Vote in
money it needs.
Chicago. Vote early, vote often, baby. Yeah. Okay.
Isn't that the saying? Your campaign has all the money it needs. It's just in somebody else's pocket.
That's right. That's right.
And so, what if somebody wants to learn more about you? Where do they go?
Go to TLJ2026.com.
Perfect.
Yes, TLJ2026.com.
Okay. Parting
Excellent.
thought. What do you want to leave the listeners and voters with?
We, the people of the United States, are forming a more perfect union. And together we are united for progress. It takes a steward of the sacred flame of our republic. Thomas Johnson is that steward of the sacred flame of our republic. Vote Thomas Johnson, United States Senate, North Carolina.
All right.
All right. Well, I think
So-
it's about time to get out of here. What do you
Okay.
think?
Yeah.
So
I'm warm though. We could stay all
you're-
day
oh,
now.
so
I
yeah,
got a heater.
now
Hell
you're okay.
yeah.
We can stay. So to our audience, I hope you do us a favor. Take time this week to visit our website. And if you do somehow miss an episode of our top rated show, You can find us on your favorite podcast broadcaster, Apple, Spotify, Google, Audible. Google it, man. We're everywhere. Come on.
Everywhere.
So especially thecarolinacabinet.com, you can find all of our shows and links. We appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, we are
The Carolina Cabinet.
Cabinet.